What do you say to a god of death when you know your time is at an end? Not today. Not today. And for today, it's the Villian vibes. And for this episode, we're covering death. Or the big bad wolf, or whatever else he's called in Puss in Boots 2, The Last Wish. Whatever he's calling that. Because y'all have flooded my feed. Y'all have flooded my For You page. I gotta see this. I gotta see what this man's all about. I gotta see this absolute unit. And I gotta vibe with them. So, give me till the end of the intro. Give me to the end of it, because I'm finna go see this. Just give me to the end of the intro. Hit the intro! You know, I wasn't planning on watching Puss in Boots until y'all flooded my feed with all of this stuff about death. And you know what? It was worth it. It was full on worth it. Man is a fucking menace. Man is a clean looking menace. Like, where do I begin with him? His introduction? Well, in the bar where he just towers over Puss, covering a third of the entire fucking screen, man was 5 times Puss's height and made him look like an absolute chump. Man just full on eating up that entire scene, getting into Puss's personal space with a very unsettling fucking menace, a very unsettling vibe, that insane look in his eyes. Like, yeah, I'm going to eat you alive. I am 5 seconds away from just eating you alive. And then making Puss look like an absolute chump. Fucking making him look like an absolute chump. Dude was fighting for his life and still got pieced up. Losing his sword and just getting it thrown back to him. Like, come on, get back up. You said you laugh in the face of death. Prove me wrong. Come on, you say you laugh in the face of death. Prove it. Pick it up. Let's go. That man running for his life. Dude, full on running for his life. Puss in Boots got destroyed in, 2 minutes? Shit was 2 minutes? Jesus Christ, man. And then Death just stalking him. The rest of the movie. Just stalking him. Just all the time. He didn't even need dialogue. It was just the look on Puss's face and the hairs literally standing up on the back of his neck. Like, we see that. We saw that we saw that in the initial fight, and we see that throughout the rest of the movie. Man was full on having panic attacks just from hearing those whistles and seeing that man's silhouette. Man was full on having panic attacks. That is a fact. That is how you come off as an absolute threat. And then we finally get to the explanation, the villain monologue in a sense. Well, not even a villain. Death is just doing his job, but he's just taking it very personal. Very fucking personal. Because he already hates cats for the whole 9 lives thing, because that's just making a mockery of his job, making shit needlessly complicated. And then on top of that, just to rub more salt into that wound, Puss throwing his lives away like they mean nothing. Man doesn't even remember how many times he died.
I was there to witness all of them. It's frivolous but you didn't even notice me, because Puss in Boots laughs in the face of death, right? You know, I'm not a cat person. I find the very idea of 9 lives absurd, and you didn't value any of them. So, why don't I do us both a favor and take this last one now? That's kidding!
Just the insult to him. Death is his job. Death is who he is. And here's Puss walking around, flaunting his lies as a legend. And even then, just the level of arrogance. The level of arrogance is throwing his lives away like they mean nothing. So clearly you don't value your life. So I'm gonna just go ahead and take it now. I'm gonna just go ahead and cut to the chase. You're not gonna value this one anyway, so let's just save us both the trouble. It's just the way he goes about doing it. He is he's just toying with Puss the entire time. Like, I have not seen a villain like this since fucking Rattlesnake Jake. Like, I'm not even joking. This man is a modern retelling of what Rattlesnake Jake was. That level of, I'm here to put you in your place. I'm here to do my job, but I'm also going to put you in your place while I'm doing it. And I'm going to take some pride in doing it, and I'm going to screw with you a lot. Granted, Jake's felt a lot more petty. Well, yeah, a lot more personal. Because he was personally insulted that Rango was spreading all these lies. Death, he's taking this personal because Puss is not valuing his life. And just that feeding into Puss's entire arc throughout the rest of this movie. Like, finally accepting his fear, acknowledging it, throwing it to the side, and using that fear to fight for his survival, and valuing his life, because at any moment, it can be taken away from him. Which was his entire fear throughout the entire movie, which is why Death was able to stalk him. Because he smells fear. He smells that man's fear. And just, oh my god. Death is a top tier villain. He is a top tier villain. His design, c'est magnifique. Granted, I am a wolf person. I love wolves. I love them. And just seeing this giant wolf, like just this towering, bulky wolf, red eyes like he has not slept in however many days, and has just shot so many things into his system. Just these red eyes. It's just the hooks. The hooks. That silhouette that he cuts is phenomenal. I always love it when Reaper. This might be the Soul Reaper. This might be the Soul Eater fan in me. This might be the Soul Eater fan in me kind of coming out. But I love when Reapers have different types of weapons instead of just a straight scythe. Like, the hooks still effectively do the same thing as the scythe, but it makes him a different beast entirely. It feels interpersonal to him. Just seeing him drag the hooks behind him, creating these sparks, and then just setting things on fire. Hell, even that scene in the cave, in the nostalgia cave, where he just used the hook as knuckles, as brass knuckles to just break apart all these memories. That was cool as shit. That was cool. Anyway. Death is a phenomenal villain. He is 10 out of 10. Like, the show of respect at the end. The show of respect. Alright, fine. You win. Alright, you showed me that you now value your life. So I'll give you a chance. Live the rest of your life, and I'll be back to take you. We'll do this all over again, and I'll come back to take your soul. That is as good of a show as respect as you can get from Death himself. You can't outrun it. But maybe you can delay it. Or at the very least, enjoy the time that you have until he comes for you. I'm just glad Puss didn't go full on Sisyphus, because that would have gone a bajillion times worse. Anyway, this is where I gotta leave y'all for today. Leave your comments down below. Let's talk. What you thought of Death? Who else you want to see in the villain vibes? I'll be sure to drop more Puss in Boots Last Wish videos later on. I'm probably gonna do a proper Puss in Boots character arc for the movie. I'll more than likely post this around the same time as I post that one. So stay tuned for that one, folks. But for now, I must bid you all adieu. Goodbye. Good night. Sage out.
A shiny teeth that twinkle just like the stars in space. A shiny teeth that sparkle and beauty to my face. shiny teeth that glisten, just like your Christmas tree.